Welcome back. This episode is sponsored once again by Stadium Media. Been a minute, but we're back just in time for NFL preseason, fantasy football, training camp, and whatever else is going on. MLB regular season is in full motion, but NFL preseason, number one thing on my mind right now.
So fun. We're back, baby.
We're back.
NFL is back. Oh, man, I've missed it so much.
I feel like this preseason specifically has been one of the most eventful in recent history. The story behind Shedeur Sanders, obviously
big time.
The Lions-Falcons. I forget that
Maurice
guy's
Norris.
name. Maurice Norris goes down with a neck injury. It's been an entertaining preseason. Bryce Young looks good.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase connection is still there. But I want to talk about Shedeur Sanders.
Dude, what in the fifth round is going on, man? He put on a show. I mean, it's preseason, right? Like, who is he actually playing against? But he looked good. 2 touchdowns, man. He threw 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns into super tight windows. In the regular season, when you're playing against first-string defenses that aren't the Carolina Panthers, when you're playing against, like, New England secondary or Denver secondary, their first string, sometimes those windows are going to be even tighter. And I could see those windows not being the same and picks happening. But just the field vision, the anticipation, the accuracy from Shedeur in that preseason game was crazy. I'm still trying to figure out, A, why the Browns took him and Dylan Gabriel, but B, how he fell so far. Outside of his last name being Sanders, I can't imagine. Maybe he just walked into those meetings and held him at gunpoint or something, but I have no idea why he fell so far. He is the most accurate passer in college football history. He's awesome. I've been really high on Shedeur.
And I think it's just so hard to see what's been happening media-wise, like what the media is really putting out there and how honest it really is. Yeah, he probably bombed some interviews. It sounds like he was really coming in with that ego. But at the end of the day, the talent is still there, and we're seeing that right now. I can't believe the Browns might finally have their franchise quarterback, and they got him in the 5th round. There's that 1% of me. It's part of the NFL script to make it this big story, and now Shedeur Sanders he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. Every team in the NFL passed him multiple times, and now that's going to be his career.
No 5th-round pick has ever gotten this much coverage. He walks into the preseason game with his own music, his own crew, and that's Bleacher Report story. That's ESPN story. That's SportsCenter story. It's all about this 5th-round draft pick going into his first preseason game.
Yeah.
All the headlines were Shedeur's first preseason game. No 5th-round pick has ever gotten that, and he's so good. So maybe it is part of the NFL script or something, but it doesn't make any sense to me how he fell so far in the draft. What a weird story. What a weird thing to happen when he would be a starter on 5 teams going into next season easily.
Minimal, yeah.
And that's including my Indianapolis Colts. I would trade for Shedeur in a heartbeat. He's awesome.
Sorry, Anthony Richardson Sr.
Dude, bro. Speaking of preseason, I love Anthony Richardson. I want it on the record. I love him.
Really? I didn't know that you liked him at all.
You didn't know
Your
from
jerseys,
my jersey, my signed helmet, my signed football, my cards.
I had no idea.
We have not seen anyone like him physically since Cam Newton. And he looked good in training camp. His footwork is so much better. He's taking his checkdowns. He's more accurate on those short to mid-range passes. You've got to see a blitz coming, and you've got to get it off to the hot side. You can't let your blind side be your dominant right side when that's where the blitz is screaming off of. Up until that point, he looked really good. He hit Warren for a check down. Well, it was a really short pass, but Warren took it 10 or 12 yards. Dude, he hit, I think it was Adonai Mitchell down on a little comeback route. Like, his accuracy is looking good. He was 2 for 3, 21 yards in one drive. That's better than what we've seen. But, man, there's just mistakes. And for being how big he is, it seems like he's made of glass sometimes, which really sucks.
Yeah.
Because he's a bruiser. He can lower his shoulder and truck a defensive end into the end zone. But then it's like, if you don't protect yourself, yeah, that hit sucked. Most people aren't walking that hit off, but it was so unnecessary to take that hit.
It really was.
Every time there's a flash of something good and an improvement, there's another thing where it's like, oh, man, I want him to put it together. It's year 3. He's missed 17 games in 2 years. You've got to put it together. Because I want you to be the guy, and the majority of Indianapolis Colts fans, we want you to be the guy. But you've got to show us that you're the guy.
Do you agree that going after a quarterback like Daniel Jones, someone that can push Anthony Richardson. Do you think that was the right move?
I think a quarterback battle was the right move. Anthony Richardson needed competition. If you're in a quarterback room with Joe Flacco and Jason Bean and Sam Ehlinger, like, you're not too worried about your job. So you bring in a starter who, albeit not a very good quarterback, I think he gets hated on a little too much.
I defend Daniel Jones.
He's definitely not a top-tier quarterback. But you still bring in somebody that's like, all right, this guy could take your job. And similar build, a similar style of play. He's got good legs on him. His deep ball is not as good as Anthony Richardson, but he makes it up with like his short passes. I think it was the right move, and I think it's made both of them better. Obviously, Daniel Jones' preseason debut was like underwhelming. No touchdowns, less than a 50% completion rate. But I'm not expecting him to go out there and be crazy. I think he pushed Anthony Richardson in the right way. And I'm excited for Richardson to be back from his pinky injury and just kind of see what he can do. Like in a full game, give him a regular season game, see what he can do. I think he's the guy. What about your Saints? What about that quarterback room?
I am so excited to be a Saints fan right now.
It might be the third 0-17 team of all time.
I think the first 0-17, because all the other teams have gone 0-16. The quarterback battle. What a time to be alive as a Saints fan. We've got Tyler Shuck, the oldest rookie in the NFL. He's built like a quarterback, makes some
prototypical quarterback, 6'4".
Is your Justin Herbert.
Big arm.
I don't know, man. I'm high on Tyler Shuck. But I'm also like the most blind Saints fan. I'm like, oh yeah, there's moments where Tyler Shuck looks good. There's moments where Spencer Rattler looks good.
Maybe a couple moments.
Realistically, I got to be honest. They have shining moments and then some serious concerns. They're both throwing a lot of interceptions in training camp. Preseason game, we haven't seen it quite yet. Spencer Rattler's going to start against the Chargers. It's and then Jake Haener is just a weird Fresno State.
His little zesty.
Yeah.
Zesty pose.
Yeah. For the photo shoot. Yeah, man. It's an interesting one. I love the coaching staff of the Saints. I love Kellen Moore. I'm all in. I think he's going to be the guy. Dan Staley at DC is awesome. He gets a bad rep for what he did with the Chargers, but he's an example of a coordinator that shouldn't probably be a head coach, but he's fantastic, phenomenal.
Are you worried about that with Kellen Moore? Because that kind of happened with Shane Steichen, where he was a great offensive coordinator for the Eagles, but he's at the Colts now, and he doesn't really seem like a leader. Are you worried about that?
From the comments I've seen from the players, there seems to be buy-in. I think he's won the locker room. Even some of the older vets, like Cam Jordan, he's like, dude, Kellen Moore's the real deal.
Nice.
He's a guy, and he's got that young mindset. He's invested. I just think he's coming into a situation where he could really not screw up.
What are you going to do? Make him worse?
I know. Or the team's bad. The team's bad. We've got the oldest competent running back. I think Kamara's 31, 32.
No. Yeah. He's actually really good. I like Alvin Kamara quite a bit.
Like, his whole persona, like, his aura is awesome, dude. I love Kamara, but I don't know, man. He's getting old. He's getting old.
I will say, I like your mentality about it. What I don't like are fans that are just doomers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your mentality about the Saints is the mentality I try to have about the Colts. Like,
for sure.
Maybe these guys aren't the guy. Like, maybe Tyler Shuck's not the guy, or Spencer Rattler's not the guy. But I'm still going to cheer for him like he is.
Totally.
I'm still going to look forward to that. Because what is me being angry and me being negative and pessimistic going to do? Front office doesn't know about me in Utah thinking that way. And I'm just going to affect my own mood. Of course, like, when Sunday rolls around and Anthony Richardson throws his second pick,
this guy's crying in the corner.
But why be pessimistic up until that point? Why not be hopeful until you see what he can do? Be hopeful that Tyler Shuck is this prototypical Peyton Manning style quarterback, and he might be the guy. Like, quarterbacks have gotten drafted way later that have been really good, you know? So why not just have hope in that and just look forward to seeing it? I like your mentality about it. I think that's the mentality NFL fans should have. I don't like when NFL fans are just negative from the jump.
I'm really passionate about sports escape. It's like how people escape the stress of real life to cheer on a team and go all in, like those Cleveland Browns fans that have been fans for life.
Ooh.
I feel for them, but I love it. They're just loyal no matter what. The doomer mentality is just the worst.
It's bad.
When your sportscape is you're escaping like your life and your reality, family, kids, work. When you're escaping all of that to just complain about your team, like, wow, that just sounds miserable to me, man.
Yeah.
Go cheer for a team. Go cheer for, like, even the worst of the worst, go have some fun, and it's just fun to be a fan.
Yeah, and every like worst of the worst team has had high moments. The Chicago Bears went to the Super Bowl in 2007. Like the Tennessee Titans went to the AFC Championship with Derrick Henry. There are teams, the Browns, Joe Flacco had a really cool game where he threw like 4 touchdowns.
Baker Mayfield
won a playoff game with him.
He took him to the playoffs. He was a fun player to watch, too.
Exactly.
If I was a Browns fan, even if Baker never took him to playoffs, I'd love Baker.
It's Baker. Fun football. I always have guys and teams that like I like watching. If the Colts, blow it, then at least I can be like, oh, well, I can go watch Lamar Jackson play football. I can go watch Josh Allen play football.
Oh, yeah.
And that's fun. Or I can go watch the Commanders. So there's, just I like that idea of like sportscape, you said.
Yeah.
And just having fun with it. What's the point in letting it just destroy you?
This is us trying to compensate for how bad our teams are.
Trying to cope.
Yeah.
Because when the Colts do bad, it does mess with me quite a bit. Last year, week 14 against the Broncos, that was the worst week of my life last year.
That was a brutal game.
It was a brutal. So,
yeah.
Anyways, it's easy to preach. It's hard to practice.
I get really bummed out when the Utah Utes lose, my team. I love the Saints. As a Jazz fan, I'm kind of leaning into the rebuild. I think the same thing applies. If I'm on Twitter, half the people on Twitter are just bashing the front office of the Utah Jazz. And it really bugs me because we're in a rebuild. I don't know if you knew this. Will Hardy, the head coach, we extended him last year after the worst season in Jazz history. Part of it was because the San Antonio Spurs needed a head coach, and they were asking for permission to interview Will Hardy. The Jazz were like, Will Hardy, come sit down, and they offered him like a 5-year extension, gave him the big bucks. And it's because he's buying into a multi-year system. There's fans that are just casuals. They want to go to a game or two a year, and they want the Jazz to win when they're there. You need to have that perspective long-term. You got to trust the rebuild. You got to trust that Anthony Richardson's a project. You got to trust that quarterback room for the Saints is just a lot of question marks, a lot of what ifs, a lot of probably nots.
There's definitely a point where you have to acknowledge, all right, the plug needs to be pulled. But until you get to that point, be hopeful, have a good attitude, and trust the process, like you're saying. So,
yeah, man.
Anyways, NFL training camp has been sweet. Preseason's been really fun to watch. Excited to continue with that.
Maurice Norris, terrible injury, terrible.
Did you see the replay?
Yeah.
It was like helmet hit the knee and it just head snapped back.
Yep.
Do you know what injury it is? I know it was a neck injury, but
they haven't really announced a lot, to be honest. All that Dan Campbell said is that he's luckily he's talking and he has movement in all of his limbs.
Yeah.
All of his extremities.
And he's posting on Instagram again, so he's posting on his story. So
that's cool.
Luckily, it looks like he's gonna be just fine.
Maurice Norris, we love you, man.
Maurice Norris,
brother.
Colts need a beefy secondary, so ever find your way in Indy.
What's up with the Detroit Lions curse?
I don't know.
I need to see the numbers, but statistically, they're the most injured, especially on defense. What are they eating up there in Detroit, man?
As long as Dan Campbell's in Detroit, I have faith the Lions will be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And Aiden Hutchinson is back in full swing. Have you heard about the Hutch rule?
No.
So Dan Campbell implemented a Hutch rule where basically it says if Aiden Hutchinson blows up the play, the offense can still continue because it's the only way the offense gets reps. Hutchinson's been so dominant against that offensive line.
One of the greatest.
Dan Campbell has to be like, guys, just continue the play. It's the only way you're going to get reps. So,
wow, dude.
Aiden Hutchinson is back. Yeah, the Lions will be, as long as Dan Campbell's in Detroit, the Lions will be good. So,
yeah, man. He put his offensive and defensive coordinator in head coaching jobs. That's huge, man.
And I've seen footage from Bears training camp of trick plays and things like that. Ben Johnson's just doing Ben Johnson things. I don't have a ton of confidence that the Bears or the Jets situation are going to change much. The Jets more than the Bears. I think the Bears have really good keys and really good offensive components. Those videos of Caleb Williams are circulating around.
He's looking frustrated sometimes. Yeah.
I think the Bears are in a better situation than the Jets, but I don't know. I think we might be dealing with a situation of great coordinator, maybe not such a great head coach.
I think one of them will do well and the other won't, and I actually don't know which one.
Fields is struggling. He was injured immediately.
Toe, right?
Very minor though, but he's still just throwing a lot of picks. He doesn't look like he's super confident in the offense. Fields is a guy that's had a lot of time to prove it and figure it out.
And he kind of hasn't.
Yeah, the closest he got was in Pittsburgh.
And even he was still getting reps when Russ came back healthy. He was still coming in on 3rd and 2 and just running the ball really.
I think the Jets got him on a pretty good contract. They obviously a 2-year deal. Like, they're probably not thinking he's the guy.
I think it's $20 million a year, right? It's fully guaranteed, but we're gonna give you 2 years.
And like worst
pay you
case
half.
scenario, it's an okay contract for a good backup. Because
Yeah.
the next 2 years, you're gonna have really good quarterbacks coming out of college.
Ooh.
You're gonna have Cade Klubnik. You're gonna have Arch Manning in 27. So
Yeah.
the next couple of years are looking pretty good for college. I think the Jets, I think they played it pretty good with his contract. They're not in too deep for anything. And worst case scenario, they have a pretty high paid backup.
Yeah.
I like Aaron Glenn as a defensive mind. I like Ben Johnson as an offensive mind.
I feel like Aaron Glenn would win a locker room.
He seems like a leader.
Yeah.
Like
From the Dan Campbell tree.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I mean, the Jets, they've kind of had the components there for a while of like, we could be a good team. Like, you have Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner. Like, you have a good core of skill positions. Aaron Rodgers, like, he didn't even play too bad last year. Devontae Adams was solid last year.
Speaking of the Jets, former Jets quarterback Zach Wilson, looking pretty good with Miami. He wanted to play under McDaniels. He wanted to play under that kind of mindset, the younger.
Yeah.
I like McDaniels as a coach, but he's looking good. He picked apart that defense, man.
Yeah.
He was doing well.
Same with, what's his bucket from Texas? Quinn Ewers. Yeah, I think they have two quarterbacks that are both better than their starter. I don't really like Tua that much.
I like him because he's from Hawaii, where my mom's from the same island. That's the only reason, though. I just feel partial to that. I just think he's so concussion prone.
He makes bad decisions. His accuracy's really good. When he takes a chill pill and he goes through his reads and gets the ball out, his accuracy's good. He's good. He just, I don't know. He's a guy that also I think is paid like a S-tier quarterback, but he's just not.
He's like B+.
Yeah, B+, not a top 10 guy.
Yeah. Don't ever draft him in fantasy unless you're a super flex kind of a guy.
It'll be interesting to see. I'd like to have a good discussion one of these days as the season gets closer, like division winners, record predictions, things like that.
It'd be fun to rank quarterbacks.
Yeah, they are number one. I'm just kidding.
Shuck number one.
You had said something about Superflex. That makes me think of our own fantasy dynasty league that we started this year 1. So
last year we did a redraft for the first year. It was great. Neither of us won.
I barely made the playoffs.
My brother barely got lost playoffs.
It was
like 0.2 or something.
Yeah, less than a point. That was nuts. I know what I'm doing a lot more this year. I feel a lot more confident. Last year I drafted 2 defenses
and early.
A quarterback in the 3rd round. Yeah. I feel a lot more confident, especially going into Dynasty. I have 3 lists here I want to get your thoughts on. Top 12 wide receivers in fantasy, top 12 running backs in fantasy, and top 12 quarterbacks in fantasy.
PPR?
Yeah.
Okay.
So PPR, top 12 wide receivers in fantasy. Number 1, Jamar Chase.
Easy.
Number 2, Nico Collins.
That's too high. I get it, though.
Yeah. Number 3, yeah, we can talk about that for a sec, because Nico, before he got injured last year, he was on pace to have a fantastic season.
Yep.
And Diggs is gone.
Yeah.
Tank Dell is out for a while.
Yeah.
I think Nico Collins is like a slept-on first-rounder.
You know what? You're probably right. I'm probably wrong on Nico. Maybe not number 2 overall. I would not
put him over some of the other guys on the list.
Yeah.
We play 8-man league. So when I say he falls out of the first, I'm not talking about 12 or 16 round league. This is a 8-team league. So Jamar number 1, Nico number 2, CD Lamb at number 3, which I see him around there. Number 4, Puka Nacua.
Where's Justin Jefferson? This is crazy.
4 is Puka Nacua, 5 is Malik Neighbors, 6 is Jefferson. This list puts Jefferson at 6 because you have JJ, who he's not like, he looks good. He's basically a rookie. He's injured all year last year.
Yeah.
But Michigan, it was a very run-heavy offense, and he didn't do a lot of down-the-field completions.
That just wasn't his scheme.
So he's kind of untested in that way. I think this page is putting Jefferson a little bit lower because you have unsure quarterback production.
Okay. That's fair.
But at the same time, who thought Sam Darnold was going to have an MVP caliber regular season?
And it's because of Jay Jetta, man. He's so consistent. I'd put Jay Jetta above some of those guys, but situation-wise, I can see why he dropped a little bit.
Yeah, I think if he's valued, as this list says, I think he's an absolute lock, like an absolute steal if you get him late in the first. If you get him at 6 or 7, that's insane.
And he's 26. He's still got years ahead of him.
I would put, and we can make our own top 12 after this.
Sure.
So 6 is Jefferson, 7 is Amon-Ra, 8 is BTJ, 9 Drake London, 10 is AJ Brown,
I'm high on AJ Brown, but I think I'm one of the few. I love AJ. He's an amazing touchdown, but he's old. I always draft him in my redraft leagues. I always draft AJ Brown.
Overvalued at a high second round pick. I think late second round or early third round is good value for him.
I think I'd lock him in at second round for me personally, but he does share reps with Devontae Smith. That's where it's like, because Devontae Smith's a great receiver. In terms of receiver duos in the NFL, I think they're a top 3. Jamar and Higgins are number 1.
Addison and Jefferson are up there. Look at the Eagles' offense. Saquon, Brown, Smith, Dallas Goedert, and Jalen Hurts, who's a dual threat. It's an insane offense.
And the greatest offensive line, arguably.
So it's not to say that A.J. Brown's not a great receiver, but he's not a receiver like Jefferson where he's the shining part of that offense. That whole offense is insane. The whole Eagles offense is crazy. So when I say that I think he's overvalued at an early second round, it's not because he's not a good receiver. He's great. It's just that whole offense is so good.
And it's in fantasy. Yeah,
in fantasy.
I see what you're saying.
You're spreading it out the points.
For sure.
So he's 10. 11 is Tyreek, and 12 is Ladd McConkey.
Whoa, Ladd.
I think Ladd is almost undervalued on this list because he's the clear-cut wide receiver 1 on the Chargers, and Herbert is the quarterback.
Who got disrespected? And I'm just trying to think who's probably the fringe. I'm putting Mike Evans on that list. I think Mike Evans is consistent. The record for the most consecutive 1,000-yard seasons.
It's like, what is it, 11 now or 12? I think I'm trying to think of who's on the fringe there.
I've seen lists with Devontae Adams. I'm not high on Devontae Adams. I think he's
dynasty.
Older.
He's old.
Yeah. Is this dynasty ranking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I would put Malik Neighbors way higher in a dynasty.
Higher than 5.
I think Jamar Chase is the one in dynasty and anything. He's clearly the best.
For dynasty, I like Neighbors at the 5. Mine would maybe be Jamar, Lamb, Jettas, Neighbors, Nico. It's hard to rank it because you got to think about age.
They're all elite.
Quarterback.
Yeah.
This list is subjective, but I don't know if it's any better than what we could think of.
I
There's always going to be like, last year I got BTJ off waivers. There's always going to be
How did we let that
guys
happen?
that you overlook. It's just going to happen. Like, there's going to be wide receivers that we're not thinking of that are just going to go off. Like, maybe Travis Hunter. Like a clear-cut wide receiver 1. Or Marvin Harrison Jr. Maybe. For dynasty, I'm not opposed to drafting him.
Yeah.
Not super high. But he's got a crazy ceiling.
I would invest in that dude big time. He's put on like 20 pounds. I shouldn't be telling you this, but he's on my scope.
I think it's good to have him on the scope, but you also like Kyler Murray. Have you seen those training camp videos of him throwing to Marvin Harrison? It's so bad.
Really?
His quarterback play is just inconsistent. Kyler Murray he's a decent quarterback for fantasy, but he's not very good in the league.
The Cardinals pull the plug, man.
Gave him like a contract, 2 years ago?
Yeah. So it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
And they're kind of like, this is the year. Arizona's defense is supposed to be phenomenal. Kind of the year.
Now let's go to running backs.
This is dynasty rankings, right?
Actually, no.
How high is Genty?
7.
It's probably not dynasty.
It's not dynasty because they have CMC at 4.
Well, that's fine. CMC still, if you look at where he's ranked in fantasy points in his entire career, it is crazy.
Let's do this. So I found this dynasty list. We'll do the first 3 tiers of players. You know who was left off of that wide receiver list was JSN.
Oh, yeah, dude.
He's a great dynasty.
He's now wide receiver 1 with a good quarterback.
Tier 1, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Malik Neighbors, Bijan Robinson, and CeeDee Lamb. Those are the top 5. I think that's a great top 5. Those are all young guys.
Yep.
No one's older than 26 on that list. So Lamb and Jefferson are 26. Chase is around there. Neighbors is obviously super young. Robinson is young. Tier 2, you have Jahmyr Gibbs, BTJ, Amon-Ra, Ashton Genty, and Puka Nacua. I like that.
I think it's solid.
Nico Collins gets a little disrespected because he's pretty young. And he's the wide receiver 1 on the Texans. Stroud's decent. So I think he gets a little disrespected there.
I personally put Gibbs in the first tier. I'm high on Gibbs.
I think Gibbs' skill is there, but for me, Montgomery's still too present in that offense.
He does steal touchdowns. Yeah.
But he's old. He's not going to be there for very much longer. I think you put those guys on the same lineup, you have a good thing going.
Yeah.
Tier 3, Nico Collins, Drake London, Saquon, Devon, Achane, Brock Bowers, Ladd McConkey, JSN, Garrett Wilson, AJ Brown.
We forgot Garrett Wilson too. We didn't talk about Garrett at all.
I don't think he's going to do that well. He's got
Maybe not this year.
Justin Fields thrown to him. He just got a new deal, though, so he could be a really good dynasty pickup.
Yeah, it's true. He has all the upside. His ceiling is so high. He's
Yeah.
just such a talent freak, man.
So he's got a lot of upside. I kind of like that list. I think Garrett Wilson's a little too high. I would maybe switch him with Marvin Harrison Jr. and put Marvin Harrison Jr. in that tier 3.
Yeah.
And then tier 4 is Omarion Hampton, who's kind of my sleeper pick.
Yeah. He's not on my radar. I don't think he's going to fall to my picks.
Najee is blind in his left eye.
Yeah.
You got Josh Allen, Marvin Harrison Jr., Breece Hall, Lamar Jackson, Bucky Irving, who should be higher.
Yeah.
Bucky Irving's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
And he's so young.
He burnt me last year because I
Yeah.
drafted Rachaad White. Later in the draft, Rachaad White lost so much value with Bucky.
Yeah, Bucky's awesome. He was injured for a little bit last year, but this year fully healthy. Trey McBride, Tedoroa McMillan.
I put him above Travis Hunter.
Oh, yeah. I would
He's-
agree.
He's like Mike Evans 2.0.
Travis
he's-
Hunter, he's below McMillan on this list. So then you have Jonathan Taylor, which is kind of iffy. He's on a new deal. Well, he's on like the second year of his new deal.
He just doesn't play a full season, man.
Yeah, but when
He's
he
good,
does,
though.
like
Holy.
yards per game, he's like top in the NFL for yards.
Yeah, he
So
breaks out.
He's awesome. But Jaden Daniels,
Mhm.
Travis Hunter, T. Higgins, Rashee Rice. Those are the
Mhm.
first 4 tiers. And then
Rashee Rice, before he got his terrible injury, is stupid. Did you watch the video of how he hurt his knee? It was his own teammate.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't on purpose, but yeah, it was a helmet to the knee.
Dang.
It knocked him. It ruined his
It's
the rest of the
tough.
season.
Wait, was that
It
training
was
camp?
game 4.
Game 4. Oh,
Yeah,
never mind.
because I know because
You had
I had him and I traded him to my brother.
Yeah, I saw it.
I traded Rashee and a lot of other guys for Saquon.
Yeah. You
And,
made out like a bandit.
I felt so bad. And it was my brother too.
Sorry,
Getting
bro.
comfortable with fantasy football, but
You're like, hey, take Devontae Adams and give me Malik Neighbors. I promise, bro. Devontae Adams a veteran. He's so yeah.
yeah, dude. But Rashee Rice was on pace for receiver 3.
Really?
Yeah, in fantasy points. But yeah, dude.
Dude,
You know injuries are tough.
who's your biggest fantasy draft sleeper?
Sleeper. You have to pull your ears. I don't want you to know. I like Demario Douglas.
I
The
don't know.
Patriots. He might be my actual last pick of the draft.
Demario Douglas.
He's a receiver. He's Drake May's go-to guy right now.
Okay.
He's just looking super good in camp.
You can have him. I'll take their running back. What's
Henderson.
Trayvon Henderson?
He's on my radar too.
Trayvon Henderson?
There's a
looks
lot
good.
of rookie running backs.
First touch in the NFL takes it for a 100-yard kick return.
I know, bro.
That's crazy.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah, the Patriots, I think, are going to be sneaky. My sleeper is Chase Brown. I feel like he's not very high on people's radars, but he's alone in that backfield now.
Yeah.
Zach Moss is gone.
Yep.
It's just such a pass-heavy offense.
The Bengals have talked about how they're going to utilize Chase Brown
Yeah.
a lot this year.
But he's listed at RB12 right now. I think that's low.
Interesting.
So,
He's only in his third year in the NFL. He's 25, so he's a little bit on the older end, but he's only in his third year. See, he was the same draft class as Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
Bijan Robinson.
so it'll be interesting. We got to think of a good punishment.
Maybe we'll just repeat the punishment, and now that we're all locked in. Everyone's here in Utah for the most part.
Aaron will be gone, unfortunately, but
Mm.
it'll be good. Draft will be this upcoming Thursday. So we should try to get a little bit of footage from it.
Yeah,
I think
it'd be
it'd
fun.
But yeah, preseason, training camp, fantasy, sports is getting to the point where it's getting good again because
Oh,
we're
yeah.
big football guys. Obviously, baseball's still going on. The Detroit Tigers are looking really good. The Dodgers are looking good. The Blue Jays, I think, have the best record overall right now. I've been high on them for a while, but my Pirates still suck. But baseball will be getting good. You know, there's well over halfway into the regular season.
When do
probably like
playoffs start?
2/3. October-ish. So
Okay.
it'll be good. Playoffs will start when the NFL regular season's heating up, and then basketball comes back. We're getting to a good point in the year.
But I love college football. We're right on the fringe.
College
man.
football is coming back. When is
Yeah.
kickoff?
3 weeks. End of August, first week of September.
Nice.
I'm so excited. I'm high on the University of Utah. I think after a really dud year, we went 5-7, but we had 6 games. No sleep.
Are you guys starting Isaac Wilson?
He'll probably be our number 2. We have Devin Dampier. He threw for as many touchdowns as he did in interceptions. I think he was 12-12, but then he ran for 19.
19 touchdowns?
Yeah,
That's
dude.
crazy.
He's a big
Holy
beast.
crap, that's
Yeah.
insane.
He transferred from New Mexico. Yeah, from New Mexico. They had
coaching hire.
our OC is that same guy. Their offense was a top 10 offense in the
Dang.
league last year. But their games were shootouts. It was like their defense was atrocious. So they were losing like 50-40.
Oh, wow.
And so, like, dude, give me that offense that puts
Yeah.
up 40 points with Utah's stellar top 10 defense. I'm excited. I think it'll be fun.
What do the polls have you guys at, the preseason polls?
There's a couple that have us ranked. There's a lot of media polls that have us, like, I think I've seen as high as 17. I think it's a little too high. But, like, 22-ish.
BYU is at 23 right now.
I know. The official, I think, coaches poll has unranked.
Yeah.
I think BYU lost their starting quarterback, man.
I-
Lost their second receiver.
I
And
think they have like a 5'7" quarterback now.
the quarterback who's 5'7".
BYU is starting like a 5'7" quarterback.
Is it Bear? I've
forget.
only kind of been following that QB room.
But he wears cleats that give him like 3 more inches, which I don't know why guys in the league don't do that. Like, why doesn't Kyler Murray give himself 3 more inches with some cleats?
I feel like if I was 3 inches higher, like in just girth on the bottom of my shoes.
Right. Whoa.
In shoe girth.
Shoe girth is not a big.
If I had that much chunk on the bottom of my shoes.
If I was that girthy. Well, if that brother had a few more inches.
Let me get to my point, dude. I feel like I'd be rolling my ankles a lot. I'd be like so top heavy. I don't know.
That's
Like
true.
bowling shoes is what I'm thinking of. They're just really thick on the
Mhm.
bottom. I've busted ankles in those bowling shoes.
Sorry. You said the girth thing and it threw me off. After next week, we'll have our draft and we'll go from there.
Cool, man.
That was good.
I like the outdoors. It got a little hot and sweaty.